Hey, this is Taylor here at Truck World RBA. Today we're going to take some time and look at this 2022 Kenworth T270. This truck's under CDL at 26,000 GVWR, has a little over 103,000 miles, a little over 4,300 total engine hours. It's a 300 horsepower PX7, made it to an Allison automatic, air ride rear, with a stellar 12630 crane, 11-foot Knapheide service body. Truck and bed and crane are all the same year model. It's got some drawers in it, hydraulic outriggers, hydraulic compressor. Really clean truck all the way around. Again, it is a 2022 model, so not a whole lot of wear and tear on the truck overall. Set up really well. This truck's serviced, 100% ready to go to work. Currently does not need anything. Came to us out of the southeast, so really no rust in the chassis or the bed to speak of. Now the goal of these videos is to show you everything about the truck as if you were here looking at it in person. So if at any point you need any additional photos, videos, or information, just call or text anytime at 804-716-8487. I'm going to take some time in the first half of the video. We'll go around the exterior of the truck. I'll point out any cosmetic imperfections I find. We'll look underneath the truck as well, inside all the bins, and kind of take a look at how it's all set up. Now I'm going to be as thorough and transparent as possible, but again, if there's anything you need any additional photos of, just give me a shout. I can always send those over to you. A little bit of dirt and mud and whatnot caked up on the frame and suspension components underneath the bins, but again, no rust. On this truck, you can see the bed floor up there. Very clean from a rust perspective. Now again, my goal is for expectations and reality to meet. I want them to be perfectly aligned, so everything on the truck I want you to know about before you come and take a look at it, so you know exactly what you're looking at. Power locks, power windows, cruise control. It's the bed control panel there. So you can control all the bed functions from the factory wireless remote. That turns the truck on and off, turns the compressor on and off. We'll also control the idle on the truck. No rips or tears on the interior, but you can also control some of the bed functions from that panel in the dash as well. The truck's super clean overall, really not a whole lot of even rock chips to point out. No big dents, dings, or scratches. You have some kind of small rock chips here along the driver headlight right above it. No damage on the front bumper. Again, no dings or dents. A couple small rock chips and paint peel along the grill, and then like one or two more rock chips here along the passenger headlight. I always like to look up here on the cab corners. They can frequently get damaged from the pulley block. There's no damage on this one. Factory paint's intact on the bed. This is not one that we've sandblasted and repainted. Factory bed liner is intact as well. We have not rebedlined this one. Came into us pretty clean. Again, being so new, there's usually not a whole lot to really address on the bed. It hasn't had time to get the normal paint peel that these will get after, 8 or 10 years. You do have a couple spots here of paint failure. Now all these doors do close, latch, lock, and seal as they should. We have the key for the latches, and all the latches are keyed the same, so the same key will operate all of those latches. This is obviously your torch bottle compartment here on the right with your straps and bottle holders. And then on the left you have a couple sets of shelves. You do have the interior tabs as well in here, so you can relocate where these shelves sit. You can add more shelves in. Here's a shot of the bed tag right here. You have exterior LED work lights all the way around. I'll show those a little bit later on in the video. Two little small scratches here, the bottom edge of this door and then the bottom edge of the body itself. Inside of here you have your truck batteries located down the bottom of this compartment. And some more shelves here. This shelf just needs to be adjusted. Again, these just sit here on these tabs, so this shelf just needs to sit up one more tab and it'll sit flat. Another little spot of paint peel here over the passenger wheel well. One wide shelf in this compartment. You do have a scratch right here. You can see how it runs down here. It looks like at some point a little bit of touch-up has been put in here to try to fill it in. What I'll probably do is have some more touch-up added there because it's kind of faint, so you can see the scratch line there. I think on this door what we'll do, like I said, is just put a little bit more touch-up in to make it less opaque. Try to blend it in a little bit better on this door. But this door itself does have those two scratches in it. So again, it's a Stellar 12630 crane. It's a 12,000 pound maximum lifting capacity, 2-stage extension out to 30 feet. Here's a shot of the load chart here. Crane, like I said, is run off that factory wireless remote. You have a bed control panel back here in the door, your master disconnect for the body power, air regulator and dryer here, outrigger controls here, and then your Railcraft hose reel down here in the bottom, and that is routed right here outside of the back of the body itself. Master slide lock up here on the bed, so if you push that in and put a padlock through it, you can lock the entire bedside all the way down all at once. Pretty nice feature to have. Nice large workbench rear bumper. Pass-through storage bin underneath. A little bit of paint chipping and deterioration all along that bumper door. And then on the edge of the bumper itself, you can just see where the bed liner is kind of chipped and peeled up in typical spots. Tow hitch receiver, trailer hitch wiring. Some more bed liner missing along the back here of the bumper. Hydraulic outriggers. And some more bed line missing there. You can see that chunk missing inside the bed itself. And kind of all along the walls where it's just chipped and cut. Some more spots on the back of the bed here. Just scratches and paint wear. You have a factory welder mount on top of the bed, so that bracket's up there to fit any standard size welder. You can just put it right on that bracket. Small chips down there at the bottom edge of this driver rear door. A couple more sets of shelves inside of this compartment, 3 total. Small ding here over the driver wheel well, as well as 3 little chips here, and then a couple little chips there. Inside of this compartment, you have a set of bolt drawers. These are the Knapheide bolt drawers. They're not metal, they're just plastic. I've seen them a bunch lately. They seem to hold up okay. I haven't had any come in broken, so if you use them like they're intended just for bolts and small parts, they seem to hold up fine even though they're plastic. Small little scratch here and a couple chips here on the door itself. Inside this compartment we have 2 more sets of shelves on the right hand side, and then a full set of CTech drawers along the left hand side. These drawers all slide very nicely. Nice set of CTechs in there. The compressor is a hydraulic PTO driven compressor. It's a Boss BA440 model. It runs as it should. The second half of the video will run the crane and the compressor and the outriggers. Right now I'm going to hop in the truck and take it for a quick drive. Again, if you have any questions, call or text 804-716-8487. 103, 359 on the miles, 43, 95 on the hours. Once again, this truck has been fully serviced and inspected. Everything on it works as it should. Currently needs nothing. It's a turnkey, ready to work service truck. If you'd like copies of all the work we just completed on the truck prior to offering it for sale, again, just call or text 804-716-8487. You can send over all recent repairs over to you, both parts and labor receipts. Exhaust brake works nicely. I'm gonna let that car go a little bit up there before I gas it down the cul-de-sac here. Again, it's an air ride rear, so super smooth ride, tracks straight down the road. I'm gonna back it up here. We'll take a look at the engine. Again, exterior work lighting all around the truck, on the rear and both sides of the truck. You have these LED work lights. All the compartments also have interior LED strip lighting. That's throughout all the compartments there. Hard to see in bright daylight here, but it is pretty bright. Those LED strip lights are. You have strobes in the tail lights, 2 rear work lights there as well. And then coming around to the driver's side, again, interior lights all the way throughout. One more side mount work light over here on the driver's side. Again, the crane is run off a factory Stellar wireless remote. The recharging cradle's inside, so it has a rechargeable battery in the bottom of it, and you can charge it inside. Fully proportional. The trigger controls the speed that the crane operates. Throw the PTO switch on in the cab. You come back and turn the main power on that power disconnect panel. On the body panel, you have to select crane to be able to send power to the receiver itself. And then once you have that going, you're able to run the crane. And again, I can control the compressor as well off the remote. I can turn the truck on and off now that I have the crane receiver on. 12,000 pound maximum lifting capacity, 2-stage extension out to 30 feet. Super smooth operation on the crane. We're gonna run it all the way out to its full extension. Rotate it over towards me a little bit more. Anti-2 block is functional. When I hit that bracket, cuts me out of extending any further. You are able to multifunction, so I could reel down while I'm booming out. I just can't do it one-handed. Decent thickness left on the wear pads. Inner boom is clean. And again, that's all the way out to 30 feet of reach there. Excellent speed control off the trigger. I can really slow it down and ease it in when I need to. Let's take a look at the lift cylinder, the rotation bearing, and the winch. When we look over these trucks, we check all the pins and bushings for play. Obviously check the lift cylinder as well for any leak down. Pretty much zero slop in the turntable. Where you stop it is where it stops. As I mentioned, the compressor is a hydraulic compressor, so you just pull down here on the remote. It's a Boss BA440 model compressor. You can turn it on and off from the remote as well. Very quick operation on the compressor. Up to about 1 170 or so PSI. Shut it back off. Now again, all the bed lighting is controlled off this panel here. The crane button sends power to the receiver. So that button needs to be on if you would like to use the remote. And again, you can turn the truck on and off from the remote. So thanks again for taking the time to watch. 2022 Kenworth T270, 103,000 miles, a little over 4,300 or so hours. 12630 crane, PX7 diesel, air ride rear, Allison auto, under CDL at 26,000 GVWR. If you have any questions or need any additional photos, videos, or information, call or text anytime at 804-716-8487. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video.